Hi everybody, Little Pepper Lady here. Today is Saturday, May 25th, 2019. And first off, I just wanted to come on and say thank you everybody who entered my 500 subscriber giveaway. I'm so excited for all the love and support that everybody's given me recently. I can't believe how quickly my channel's grown. Hopefully I can get up to 1,000 subscribers soon and I can do another giveaway for you guys. And then, like I've said before, after the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I will be doing another one at probably 2,500 and then 5,000, so on and so forth. I want my channel to grow. I want us to be able to come on here and discuss things that are going on in the world, discuss things that are going on with us as preppers. And I'm not going to sit here and say that everything that I say is 100% correct. I do my research, I do my best, and yes, sometimes I may say things wrong, and I will be the first to admit it. So I'm reading your comments, I'm responding to you, I'm hearing what you have to say, and I love the feedback, I love the questions, I love the constructive criticism. Just be nice about it. We're all on this journey together. Some of us are less, seasoned as far as prepping is concerned than others of us, so just be mindful of that and understand that some of us are just beginning with this process and others of us are a little bit farther along. So always bear that in mind, be respectful of each other, and most of all, be respectful of me. If you're going to come on my channel and you're going to leave a comment, I think it's important that you're, giving the information, asking the questions, but nasty comments, unfortunately, I'm going to just block you and remove the comment because I don't need any negativity in my life. I'm pretty sure we all have issues with a lot of negativity in the real world as it is. We definitely don't need to have it on here. We are on here for a reason. We're on here to encourage each other, to lift each other up, and that's basically all I have for that. Just, do your best to be respectful, and let's all just learn from each other. That's the whole point of this entire thing in the first place, isn't it? So let's jump right into today's topic. So I had already worked on this video before. I had talked for, about 12 minutes, and my computer decided to stop my camera all on its own. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But, it is what it is. Technology, it's great sometimes. Anyway, so how do we convince our family members, our significant others, our life partners that prepping is not a crazy thing to do, that it's a positive thing, and there's a reason why we're doing it? Because not everybody has the same mindset that we do. So in some instances, somebody may feel very strongly about prepping, and they, have that internal feeling that prepping is a necessary thing that they need to do, and other people in their family will not agree with that entire thing. So how do we convince them? Well, first off, let them know that there are worse hobbies that you could be doing than prepping. You could be spending money every week at the mall. You could be buying clothes, shoes, purses, scarves. I went through that before. I understand that. You could be drinking a lot. You could be going out to the clubs a lot. You could be doing drugs. I mean, there's so many worse things that we could be doing than prepping. So I think that, it's a huge thing to go from it at that angle. Also, if it's a money kind of thing, I think that sitting down and going over a budget with your, significant other and saying, okay, this is what we have to spend, and this is what we choose to spend. If maybe, if maybe we don't go out, and eat every Friday, and we only go out 3 Fridays a month, and we take the money that we would spend that one Friday and put it into, food preps, water preps, things like that. That's a good way to look at it. Or if you can do more. I think that once people can see it spread out and see the money that's being spent and where the money could be spent, in other places, is a good idea. It's really dry up here again. No Red's Apple Ale this evening. Angry Orchard. It's new stuff. I haven't tried it. Well, I mean, it's not new, but I've never tried it before. I think it's really good. It's like caramelized apple. Like it. Anyway, So that's a good way to look at it, especially for people who kind of are on a budget already and who are tight with their funds. I think that's an important aspect to look into with your significant other. Um, Another good way to look at it as you're doing it for your family. You care about your family, you care about your children if you have them, you care about your significant other if you have them. So that's a good way to, approach it is you care about them, you care about them surviving in the future no matter what happens. And that's why you're doing it. And you just have that internal instinct. And even men have it too. It's not just a woman thing. So that you want to be prepared for what could potentially happen, and you want to make sure that you're able to survive through it. Another good point. Prepping is a form of insurance. You have insurance on everything. I mean, think about it. We have insurance on our houses, our cars, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, cell phones. Literally, you go to Walmart and you buy a vacuum cleaner, they ask you if you want a 2-year protection plan on it. That's a form of insurance. Why wouldn't you have insurance on something that's so crucial for your life, such as food and water? Why wouldn't you do that? That, to me, just not doing that is crazy. And a lot of people in the back of their mind aren't thinking about that. They're not sitting there going, that's a really good point. It is insurance. It's like life insurance, but a better form of life insurance, because what's life insurance for? Life insurance is for if you pass away to cover your funeral expenses, right? Well, this is a better form of life insurance because it's ensuring your survival. It's not ensuring that somebody's going to be able to bury you and be able to continue on with their life. It's ensuring that you don't end up in that position in the first place. That's how I look at it, and that's a good way that you could potentially, put that on the table for them to understand why it is that you're doing what it is that you're doing. As far as the kid aspect of it goes, if it's a possibility, and I know this isn't always going to be the case, and this isn't even the case in my instance, but if it's a possibility, start instilling these skills, start instilling, the knowledge and things from a very young age. If children are growing up, being around that kind of a lifestyle, they're going to continue it on easier than children who are brought into it all of a sudden like that and are going, what is going on with my mom or dad? Like, why are they doing this? Still, even if they're teenagers, even if they're a little bit older, explain to them, I'm doing this because I love you. I care about you, and I want to make sure that if anything happens, you are taken care of, and this is how I can ensure that that's going to happen. I can ensure that you are going to have food, you are going to have water, and you're going to be able to survive in case there's a situation. In the neck of the woods where I live, there's always snowstorms, so use that to your advantage. There's been snowstorms that have knocked out the power for a few days to a week. Use that to your advantage in your talking points with your family and say, what would we do if there was another snowstorm and we didn't have any food in the house? What if I wasn't able to run to the grocery store because we were snowed in? Or there was ice and the power was out at the grocery store and their generators weren't working? What would you do? You have to have that food and water to ensure that we can eat for those days until the power company can come out and get through the roads. And that doesn't just happen here in the Northeast, obviously. That happens all over the place. I mean, California got snow this year. So use any type of disaster that could potentially happen as a talking point, as your convincing portion to make them understand why it is that you're doing what you're doing. A lot of people are going to shy away and be like, oh, you're prepping for a zombie apocalypse, or, thinking that you're prepping for the worst case scenario. Tell them you're not looking at it in that aspect, not right away. You're just trying to make sure that you have yourself prepared for some type of a natural disaster that could potentially happen, and then just continue on with it. Because if they're looking at it from that aspect, they're going to be more on board with it, and hopefully they're not paying attention to all of the preps that you're doing just because you are, preparing for a total SHTF situation. Or maybe they'll be cool with it. Maybe they'll be like, yeah. I mean, in the instance of myself, my boyfriend pays attention to the things that are going on in the world around him. he might not do anything to prepare about it, but he understands. So when I sit down and explain to him, I'm doing this because I have a feeling something bad is going to happen and I want to make sure that we're prepared for the worst case scenario. For the least case scenario, we're prepared for, a snowstorm or an ice storm or something like that that's going to knock out the power for a couple of days. I know how we all love to eat and we all need to survive. So, and he's on board with that. He's slowly coming around, and it's just because I've been following these tips and tricks too. I'm sure doing YouTube doesn't hurt. He likes it. He keeps, tabs on my page. He literally texts me every day. Oh, you're at this many subscribers. Good job, babe. Like, he's into it. He's starting to get into it. And it might be that aspect of it, which I'm not saying go out and get your own YouTube channel, but if you can, that would be awesome. And let me know, because I'll totally subscribe to you, because I think we all need to do the best that we can to stick together and share information. And everybody does things differently. So I love to get feedback. I love to hear of a different way to be able to do things. I think that's huge. Last thing I wanted to point out, make compromises. If they like to do something that you normally don't like to do, compromise with them. How about you help me with a little bit of the prepping and I'll go golf with you, or I'll go see that movie that I'm not really interested in. Most relationships are built on compromises. Or tell your kids, hey, you help me, do a little bit of prepping, food prep, whatever, go to the grocery store, help me pick some things out, help me store some things away. I'll go take you to the movies, or I'll take you mini golfing, or I'll take you go-karting, whatever it is that they like to do. Make compromises with your family and work together as a team, because it's all going to benefit everybody in the end, honestly. That's essentially all that I have for you guys today. Always remember, everything always does happen for a reason. Whether you're in a good situation or a bad situation, you're having a good day or a bad day, you're on that journey for a reason. Just stick with it and everything's going to be okay. Also, always remember, forget about the past. We can't change the past. There isn't anything that we can do about it. Be focused on the future, but be living in the now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We all could not be here tomorrow. So it's important that we're living and loving and enjoying our lives right now while we stay focused on the future. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.